as Jimmy Lynn Jr. said, here we go again. This is going to be a great fight. Two really good strikers, Duane Ludwig and Yves Edwards. They are going at it. Now, both these fighters also know how to submit their opponents, but still, I expect this to be a brawl, a highly technical brawl, though. Man, I can't wait for this one.
The man that was supposed to be in there slugging it out with Yves Edwards tonight is the reigning Strikeforce champ, Josh Thompson, joins us. Hello, champ.
Hey, how you guys doing?
How's the toe?
You know, it's still healing. I just was able to start grappling in the last 2 days. As long as no one rolls over on it or steps on it or anything like that.
You know, at first people might smirk a little bit. That is one tough injury.
It's horrible. It's basically what it is, a severe case of turf toe because I jammed the joint so bad.
Yep.
And then also on top of it, I bent the toe all the way back, which actually caused a partial tear in the middle of my arch.
Whoa.
So it's just a severe injury that just really sucks.
You can't work on your hands. What you do, I had a real bad toe to you. You buy sneakers with steel toes. They sell them, really, they sell them. And so people cannot step on your toes. They really help.
All right, let's get the introductions for this fight. Back to Jimmy.
All right, fans, here we go as Strikeforce presents a catchweight special attraction. We're scheduled 3 5-minute rounds. This bout is brought to you by Headblade Shave Products. How slick is your shaving cream? Try Head Slick today. Introducing to you first on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 5 feet 9 inches. He weighed in at 164 pounds. This longtime MMA standout specializes in a striking and grappling discipline he calls Thug-Jitsu, and his record stands at 34 wins, 14 losses, and 1 draw. Originally from the Bahamas, now fighting out of Coconut Creek, Florida, please welcome the world-class regarded Yves Edwards. And his opponent across the cage on my left, fighting out of the red corner, standing at 5 feet 11 inches. He weighed in at 163 pounds. He's an MMA fighter with a world-renowned background in Muay Thai and a record of 17 wins and 8 losses. Fighting out of Denver, Colorado, please welcome the world Muay Thai champion and knockout artist, Duane "Bang" Ludwig. Our referee in charge now to give instructions, Josh Rosenthal.
Yo, man, regarding your instructions, I expect a clean fight. Obey my commands at all times, defend yourselves at all times. Touch gloves, get back, let's do this.
They touch him up, here they go. There's Duane Ludwig. Yes, he doesn't go with the German pronunciation based out of Denver, Colorado. It's Duane "Bang" Ludwig, as we've called him for about 5 years now, going up against Yves Edwards.
I call him Duane Ludwig.
But you have that European background.
That's true.
What does Josh Thompson call him?
I call him Bang.
Hey,
Bang.
that's a
Here
good
they
one.
go. They touch the ready.
And
Here
this
it
is going to be some banging here. You
We
watch.
know this. Hey,
This fight has the potential of being the best fight of the night. And this is kind of what I expected from Yves, was a hit for him to come out there and maybe shoot, change it up a little bit, get Duane thinking about the takedown, and then maybe expose the stand-up in the later rounds.
and he gets the trip and does get the takedown early.
Someone's already bleeding, it looks like. Someone's got a cut. Looks like Yves might have got cut.
With the takedown, maybe he bounced into a head or something.
Yeah, possibly.
Possibly. That's his blood that's on the shoulder of Ludwig.
He drew first blood.
He's been working with ATT, and obviously everyone knows they have really great grapplers there, a lot of great wrestlers, a lot of top caliber 155-pounders and 160-pounders. So I think his grappling game and his stand-up is putting it together is going to be, he's going to show a lot in this fight.
Still on the half guard.
Very nice. Now you got it. Now look at pass. Look at pass.
He's working from half guard, looking to get head control, driving the shoulder across the face to stabilize him.
In fighting both these guys,
out here. See, it's right leg.
In fighting both these guys, Josh, what have you noticed about their game in recent fights?
I fought Yves several years ago, so his grappling is looks like it's improved quite a bit. I think the benefits of him training in an American top team with a lot of the top grapplers there, Marcus Aurelio, Hermes Franca, Gleison Tibau, Jay-Z Cavalcanti. Those guys are phenomenal grapplers. And You know, so I think his wrestling obviously shows it's improved and his grappling's improved. Duane, his grappling actually has improved a lot as well, but I think Yves has been working with a higher level of competition right now as far as grappling wise.
Yep.
You know, but I think Bang here is the better stand-up guy, and if he can weather this storm, I think in the first round, I think that I think it's gonna be harder for Yves to get the takedown in the second round. Both of them are really good at getting up from the bottom because generally they like to stand with their opponents. And so they're really good at getting up from the bottom. As you can see, Bang's constantly working to stand. He's constantly looking to control the wrist.
Looking for the guard here.
Looking for the guard submission.
He's got to keep it close, though.
Right now, Ludwig has not been able to land a strike. No bang yet from Duane.
Yep.
Edwards a takedown early. Yves Edwards dominating right now, at least controlling the pace right now.
Duane's whole career has been based around him having to fight off of his back, basically, against almost everybody. Him being such a superior stand-up guy than almost anybody in MMA. It's been really, this has been his whole career has been him trying to get up off of his back.
Slipping out, trying to get out, but Yves is on top of him. Feet on the hips, he's going to try to push him away and then see if he can get up.
Nice attempt for a triangle.
Yeah.
And Edwards is able to get in a couple of punches, a couple of his better punches so far. With Yves Edwards, it seems like the longer he goes in fights, so sometimes something happens along the way. He's been much better finishing his fights early, not necessarily first round, but early in the fights.
Yep, it was a good right hand, by the way, thrown there by Yves. But yeah, you're right. You're right. Let's see how what's going to happen in round number 2. It looks like to me that this is going to round number 2. We got only 1 minute left here in the first round.
I think in the second round, if he gets to the second round, I think you're going to see Yves stand a little bit more because he knows now that Duane's thinking about the takedown. He knows he doesn't want to spend the rest of the fight on his back, so then he's going to let his hands go a little bit more and then possibly still threaten the takedown. You know, just constantly keeping him thinking about it.
I think that Yves is going to come out, he's going to fake a takedown, and he's going to go for a strike.
Yeah.
That will be the smart game plan. This is, no, half guard. I thought it was round almost. 30 seconds left. You see,
so the
Ludwig is doing really good in neutralizing all the attacks here from Yves Edwards.
There's not a whole lot of damage going on. There's not a whole lot of striking, which I'm surprised the ref hasn't stood him up yet.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of action as the crowd is not happy with this first round of what was an anticipated fight.
This is one of those fights that had the potential of being fight of the night, and it also has now, given the fact that they both have mutual respect, so much respect for each other, could end up being what it was in the first round, kind of a little bit lackluster fight.
We would expect to see more action from Duane Ludwig and Yves Edwards, certainly coming up here in this second round. On this Strikeforce night here on HDNet, Kenny Rice, you know the legend, Boss Rutan, Josh Thompson, the reigning Strikeforce champ, who is battling through an injury right now. How soon will you be back in action, Josh?
I'm hoping by March. It seems like we're going to be here March again at the HP Pavilion. Love fighting here. This is, obviously, it's my hometown, but this is definitely the crowd here. It's just the aura around here. I love it. So I'm hoping by March, and I'm looking to fight whoever. I'm really looking for 2 top fights right now, and that would be Frank Shamrock. Obviously, everyone knows that. And, and I have a lot of respect for the Gracie family as well, and I've always wanted to fight a Gracie given the fact that they've been like an entrepreneur of the sport. So and there's happens to be one that lives here who I feel is possibly the best Gracie in MMA, is Ralph Gracie.
And, I was just going to point you right here over your right shoulder. I'll get you to turn around so everybody can get a good look at you as well as we see our CompuStrike stats. Not a whole lot to report right there at the moment. That would appear to look like Frank Shamrock to me, sitting just a few feet away from us here.
Yes, it is. As long as he keeps drinking that beer, I'm okay.
Did you just send that over as round 2 starts?
Maybe I'll send another round over.
Ludwig in the orange and the white is Edwards. Edwards flashes a high kick that just misses.
Just like we were talking about, Boss, he came out, he faked the shot, and he came back up high with the punches and the head kick.
Now he comes flying in with the knee. Pace picking up immediately here in this second round.
I don't think Yves wants to stand too much longer. I think he's eventually going to shoot the takedown, but I think he's going to let his hands go a little bit more and test it out a little bit.
I think Bang has the longer reach here. Left to the head, right to the body. That's a good setup there. Actually told him that to do just before the fight.
Oh, nice. Just
Edwards
like we were
shooting
talking.
and gets
Yep.
the takedown again.
Nice there,
Look
both.
at that, right back up.
Oh, that hurt Yves. It
Beautiful.
looked like it hurt Yves. He should be putting pressure on him right now. The nice knee to the body.
He follows with a kick and then a solid
Hey,
punch.
good left hook to the body as well. Yves is hurt a little bit, it looks like, with the body shot.
Let's listen in to Mike Brown, the WEC featherweight champ. He's there in the corner of Edwards.
Come on, your stuff, Yves. Let your hands go.
No, not a liver
Let
shot.
your hands go.
Yves is having a hard time with those knees.
Come on, hands up. Good defense. Lower your level and go.
Oh.
Go. There you go. Yes. Yes. All right, now pass. We got to pass.
Bang really needs to start looking to get that left side underhook, scooting his hips out and coming up on the leg or standing up.
He's got to work here. He's got to work. Yves is still pretty much dazed from the body shots.
Yes.
Not from the head. He's got to work.
But to me right now, it looks like he's just holding on. He's not looking to try and advance. There he goes. He just went there.
Ludwig, meanwhile, very little damage, if any, in the first round. He has landed 18 strikes. Probably just over half of those have been power strikes here in this second round. And he did look like he had a dazed, a little at least addled, frustrated Edwards.
Oh, he did. To the
And
body
didn't
for
move
sure.
in.
He has a lot of. He's working. It looks like he's been working a lot on his control, looking to control the head and the shoulder, driving the shoulder across the face. It's showing good technique as far as jiu-jitsu. He's got side control now. He's probably gonna look to
escape the back door here.
Yeah, he's gonna try and look to probably attack him.
Come on. Yves, we got to mount. We got to mount. Go, go, go. Yep, yep. There it is, yes.
And just like
There it
Mike
is.
Brown said he does, he gets
Okay,
it mount.
punch.
Bang needs to just
Look
stand
for
right
choke.
here. There
Look
you
for
go.
choke. Hit it.
Very
Hit
nice.
the choke. Hit the choke. Choke. Front
Sucking back from
headlock.
the fence.
Front headlock.
Should just suck him back.
Hey, Yves, front head.
Just step back up.
Front head.
He should step back up.
And there's the slam, and there's a little bit of bang from Duane there with the
Another
takedown,
knee.
but right back up.
Knee. Like I said, both of these guys are very good at getting up from the bottom, and as soon as Yves hit the ground, boom, he didn't stop. He got right back to his feet.
Edwards picking up his second takedown here in this round.
Yves is having a hard time with Duane's stand-up as far as the knees and the clinch. I think Yves needs to use a little bit more of the stand on the outside and capitalize on the long-range punching and then possibly get Bang to commit, and then he can get the easier takedown.
Yeah, round three, if it goes to round three, Bang cannot afford another takedown. He's got to watch out.
Yeah, I'd have to say the same thing.
And you wonder, and the thought was coming in, wasn't it, about Duane Ludwig with the punching ability he has, not comparing him exactly to KJ Noons, but that's the last time Edwards lost was when he faced a guy that had a big punch.
And I think, to me, honestly, I think Bang has a bigger punch. His stand-up's a little bit cleaner and crisper. But that
A bigger
doesn't
punch
mean,
than Noons?
I can't say that. I haven't fought
okay,
Noons.
yeah.
I've fought both of these guys. I think Bang's his punch is a little bit harder than Yves.
Yeah.
But not to
There
say
we go.
that Yves is obviously not a threat. He's obviously a threat everywhere.
Yeah, and with, again, that big punching power of Noons, you figure that Ludwig has big punching power as well. And he's not really been able to unleash it that much here in this fight.
Bang needs to make space, I think, right now, and
Yep,
and let the
just
hands
strike.
go.
Here's the Yves strike clinch, which is very good.
As round two is about to come to an end. Maybe a bit of a surprise
Good knee.
here. They're moving on into the third round. Thought something bigger, more explosive might have happened between these two by now. In that round, and he was very effective with his knees, with his kicks. It was a solid round there, but now you've got Edwards, who has the takedowns of 3 so far, and they come into this last round. It would appear Ludwig really has to get busy here and deliver some big punches.
He needs to. He needs to. He can't afford one takedown anymore.
Doesn't look like he can afford to go to the judges at all.
Nope. He's got to watch out for that. Although he did a lot of damage.
think Bang needs to continue to work the body like that. Maybe doing it from a little bit more of a long range. You know, a jab, jab, punch, but throw the far out, the rear kick to the body. Nice body shot.
Yep.
And see if he'll move that from downstairs to upstairs now and try to get some of those combinations in you're talking about, Josh.
And another body shot. He knows he's hurt there.
People, nice. People that understand, they gotta understand that Yves is left-handed. So hitting a body shot on a left-handed fighter is a lot harder. It's one of the hardest punches to land on a left-handed fighter.
Straight to the bodies are good.
So, and the fact that he's getting to the body, it shows how good Duane is.
Straights to the body are really good for both of these fighters.
Yes. Looks like Yves maybe is a little tired, or he's just there. He's driving for the takedown.
Ludwig trying to stay up.
And he's got the takedown.
Duane should throw his right leg back behind the back and get to the scoot to the back. He didn't get there. He needs to keep Yves in the center of the ring. Yves is really good at scooting his body back up to the fence, scooting him up against, scooting his back against the fence, sitting up and then standing.
He needs to keep that foot there, pressing his legs up, his right thigh all the way up, so Yves cannot escape that leg. Now ground and powder is going to come.
He really needs to get busy right now.
Edwards has been able to control the tempo throughout the first round, most of the second round, even though Ludwig was effective with some punches, but it's been Edwards getting the takedown so far. Ludwig now probably needs a big close, needs to throw some of those punches he's famous for.
Looks like Yves just holding the wrist, really just, he knows he won the first 2 rounds, I think, and is possibly just trying to weather out the third.
Duane should just step up. That's what he should do.
Yeah, he needs to stand up.
As soon as the guard opens, he should get up.
My personal opinion as well is the ref should be looking to stand him up as well.
And being the smart fighter he is, Edwards, when he has that chance, he closes it up, doesn't he? Holds on to the wrist. There was his chance, wasn't it?
Yes.
To stand up. It was open a moment.
He should be looking to back out right now as well.
The referee should step this up.
There,
Like,
there he goes. He should really look to stand up. Bang should. It's the last round. I find it's going to be pretty hard for him to finish Yves on the ground.
And again, now Ludwig throwing in some short punches. Not doing a lot of damage.
He's going to look to stand up. Good. He put the foot across the hip and was able to kick off and stand back up to his feet. This, I think, is better, though, for Duane.
I was going to say, he might have done Ludwig a favor by standing up.
Yeah, I think he just did, because to be honest, he's having a hard time taking Duane down right now. Duane looks like the fresher fighter.
If Ludwig can avoid a takedown here and find some space, then he has a chance to start swinging again with 1.5 minutes to go in this fight.
Yeah, he really needs to make some space and look to let his hands go.
There's another knee.
He's really working that body. That might be a possible reason why Yves is so tired. It looks tired anyways. I got hit with a couple of Bang's knees in my fight, and it was only 2 rounds. Thank goodness it didn't go longer. If you'd have caught me with 1 or 2 more, I could feel my wind sucking away.
He's a little Terminator.
Yeah, Yves hasn't pressed up against the fence now, and you know, I think he's just looking to really just to hold on here. See, Yves looks a little shaky and a little tired.
All right, here we go. He's working it.
He's got to pull that trigger. He's just got to get after it. I think if he gets after it, it's going to work for him.
Flashing the kick. The crowd seems to be sensing some urgency here for Ludwig. Does he? And Edwards.
It's the post on that head. Bang needs to post on the head and push away and stand back up. There you go. Pummel the left hand inside and maybe look to break the grip.
He's got that double like that. Can he do it?
And that might be the old fight right there as Edwards puts him back down. Not that he might have needed some insurance, but if he did, perhaps that was the one that did it. As they go the distance, maybe a surprise that Edwards and Ludwig would go through all 3 rounds.
All 3 judges scored about the same, 29-28. All 3 in favor of the winner, Duane Bang Ludwig.
They grab the strikes and the stronger end of the round. Wow. Yep. Well, obviously here in this part of town, the strikes count more.
Obviously, the strikes just their value just doubled in San Jose as Duane Bang Ludwig comes away with the unanimous decision.
Not
John Woods to ringside, please. John Woods to ringside.
Wow. So Duane Ludwig comes in and gets the win. That is his 18th victory. And mostly known for knockouts and submissions. You don't see Duane Ludwig going the distance and getting decisions very often.
My honest opinion is that...
No, give me your opinion right quick. We're going to throw it to Ron, but give me your opinion
My honest opinion is that I think Yves started to fade and kind of just trying to weather storms towards the end of the second and then the third. And I think the judges looked at that as like a weakness. Bang was constantly trying to push the action, and that's, I think, what won him the fight.
Let's go to Ron now, standing by with Duane Ludwig.
All right, thanks, Kenny. Two very classy fighters congratulating each other. Duane Bang Ludwig is the victor tonight. Why do you think the judges gave you this unanimous decision?
You know, I was just busy, man. I took training day supplements, kept me going through the fight. You know, I feel good, man. I got to thank them helping me out. And, you know, and I got to thank Yves for meeting me at 164 because I was pretty heavy. I wasn't training. 2-week notice. I got the call. I had to step up. You know, it wasn't easy for Strikeforce to find an opponent for Yves. He's got such experience and he's just such a warrior. So, you know, we're friends. And the only way that we were going to take the fight, you know, so we both can have a Christmas for our kids. So now that it worked, you know, it wasn't nothing personal, just business. So, you know, if I didn't take the fight, he would have been out. You know, no money for Christmas. So we do this for our jobs. This is what we do.
Absolutely. You stepped in last minute. That was huge for you. Now, he scored with some takedowns, but it seemed your strikes, of course,
I got some takedowns too.
All right, you did.
You know, I got a good coach. I got Reed, Tyler Toner, Easton Brills Jiu-Jitsu, Elliott, Nate Marquardt. Everyone helped me out. You know, I train the Boss shooting system, and it's just, you know, it helps me out. It's what suits me. Man, you know, I love Boss. He's been there for me all the time. You know, I've been taking the training day supplements. My cousin Leonard Garcia helped me out. Christian Allen, my manager Sven Bean, Scott Coker. You know, I was their go-to guy. So, you know, I was 2-week notice. I see that bald head, sucker. I love you, boss.
I love you too,
Josh, I'm sorry, you know, Josh was supposed to fight Yves, but he got hurt. You know, they let me represent, you know, for the red team in San Jose. They let me represent, so, you know, I appreciate it. God bless.
Duane, quickly, this is 2 solid back-to-back wins for you. What's next? Who would you like to fight next?
You know, it's not about me fighting people. You know, I don't care about titles or fighting certain people, but I do need to find someone that wakes me up, you know, and Yves Edwards scared me. He's a tough sucker, so it woke me up. You know, I've taken fights against people where I didn't, you know, I wasn't excited for it, and it cost me. So I got to learn to take the right fights that wake me up. You know, short, you know, 2-week notice, Yves Edwards. That's all the motivation I needed. So, you know, let's do it. It's just the way it was.
Duane, thank you very much. Impressive win. Duane Bang Ludwig.